How's it going, everybody? It's Mike, Shadow Ryu, whatever you want to call me. Um, Today, I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is not a reaction. I have heard this song before, and honestly, it's only one of two songs I've ever heard from Falling in Reverse, ever. The only other one is The Drug in Me Is You, the original one from like the early emo days. I guess they did a remake of that, but I've never heard it. Um, I first heard this song on TikTok, and then my late wife really loves Falling in Reverse, so she listened to it a lot. So I know this song, and I have seen many reaction videos to this song. And in my opinion, yes, the song is great. Yes, it is worthy of a reaction, but not a lot of people talk enough about what the song really means to people and what it has become to mean to me. I'm going to be completely honest. I've never considered myself one who has a mental illness of any kind. I've always been strong-headed, strong-willed. Never really suffered a lot through depression, anxiety, but let me tell you that these last 4 years, um, dealing with my wife cancer, she got over that, and then but that also came with a number of complications that ultimately took her life a week before Christmas. So now it's hard to explain. My anxiety is through the fucking roof all the time. um I'm literally scared to death of what the day may bring, um how I'm going to get through it for me and my son, things like that. And constant reminders of my wife and what she meant to me and our son, and things like that. So I'm not going to discredit the other YouTube reactors who have done this song and have basically really reacted to it. Gotten to the hype. Yes, it's a badass song. The breakdown is insane, but there's a lot of elements in the song that I think a lot of people have missed, and I want to talk about those. And I want to do this because you guys have been so open with me. I read every single comment and the stories that you guys have told me. Um, so I wanted to kind of return that favor and let you into my world a little bit, um, and why music is such a big part of my life. Does that make sense? So I've been talking for 3 minutes now. If you guys are tired of talking to me, you can go ahead and skip ahead to the reaction video. Otherwise, let's go ahead and let's get into this and let's talk about it. Like really talk about it.
Yeah. I wake up every morning with my head up in a daze. I'm not sure if I should say this, fuck, I'll say it anyway. Everybody tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. I don't know if it's a phase, I just wanna feel okay. Yeah, I battle with depression.
Let's talk about that. Okay. I wake up every morning with a head up in a daze. Okay. If you've never lost a loved one, or if you've never lost a spouse, let me tell you that when people say that their worlds change, let me tell you, but there are many days I wake up not knowing what I'm doing. I'm on autopilot. I wake up and my bed's empty. My wife's not on the couch. I don't have to go get an extra pack of cigarettes, things like that. I don't have doctor's appointments to go to. So what do? I'm just, yes, I have my son and I take care of him. I love my son to death. But again, there's some days it's autopilot, just kind of dazed. I know my son's there and I love him to death. And I still do what I have to do for him. But when I tell you that there's some days I don't remember, that's why.
But the question still remains, is this post-traumatic stressing or am I suppressing rage?
And that line right there, is this post-traumatic stress or am I suppressing rage? Like, I mean, it's tragic to lose anybody in, no matter what you've gone through, whether it's you've lost somebody, you've been the victim of abuse of any kind, bullying, you're a witness to something that, nobody should have to witness. I mean, whatever the case may be, um, when I tell you that up until a few years ago, I never had to deal with this, I never discredited anybody that suffered from these things because I knew that, everybody's story is different. Everybody has a story. But I also knew always that everything can change in the blink of an eye. So just because I hadn't experienced something like that didn't mean that I wouldn't. So I never discredited anybody. But now it's like, this is my reality. This is a harsh reality. So there's sometimes like, okay, am I still dealing with the grief and the loss and, getting that phone call? Or is everything just building up because I'm so angry about certain things that happened around the day that she passed, like what at myself, um, not gonna lie, at her, things like that. Like, so just questioning, like, what is this? Anybody that I've ever known with a mental illness has always asked, what is going on with me? Like, because it's hard sometimes.
And my doctor tries to tell me that I'm going through a phase. Yeah, it's not a fucking phase. I just want to feel okay.
If you work in psychotherapy, psychologist, psychiatrist, um, therapist, even if you are a friend or a family member of somebody who is going through some heavy shit, and you just tell them it will pass, yes, it will. You're right. But that doesn't help. Okay, that doesn't. Because now what are they supposed to do? Just wait it out? When my wife passed, I got so many thoughts and prayers. I got so many virtual hugs. I got, so much of, you'll get better, you'll get through this. Those aren't things that we want to hear because now we're put in a position to, so like, what, we're just going to wait it out. We're on our own again. Like, I appreciated everybody that reached out. I really did. But after 4 days of thoughts and prayers and you'll get through this, that that doesn't help. And that's not a way to get through it. Don't just tell somebody that it's a phase, they'll get through it, they'll get over it. Yes, you're right, and time does heal. But that phrase right there just makes you feel like you're left alone to deal with it on your own again. And that is what a lot of people, myself included, don't want to do.
Okay, yeah, I struggle with this bullshit every day. And it's probably because my demons simultaneously rage.
And when he says my demons simultaneously rage, when I tell you that my wife's passed and got me questioning everything I knew about my life, all the all the stuff from my past that I did, the mistakes that I had made, um, and then now I haven't. I've gotten a lot of help. I wanted to drink again. I wanted to get back into drugs. Those things were in the back of my mind. I wanted to go out basically and be a man whore, do everything I could to take my grief, my anger, my sadness out on something else and to erase that. And I still want to do it sometimes. I'm not going to lie, you guys. There are some days I really wish that I had a pain pill or that I had a bag of cocaine. There are days I'm talking to somebody through it because that's not a place that I want to return to in my life. I don't. So all these things, all these demons that I have, and not just with that thing. Could I have helped my wife better? Should I have been there on the day that she passed? Uh, things like that. Should I have slept in? Should I have called her earlier? To let you guys know, I was here in Nevada working while she was up visiting family, and that's why I wasn't there. Those kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? all at the same time. So and that's the direct result of people telling him these things. We all know Ronnie Radke's history. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was involved in some shit. Um, but that's not who he is. So him saying that is a direct result of people telling him that. And that's right here, right here. This, I paused it perfectly. This is an image in this video that I have not seen a single reactor to talk about this. These are his demons. He's trying to get away from them. He's in this video. He's on his way to his therapist, and you know he's got these beautiful women. He's got guy right here could be a drug addict or a drug dealer. It could be that haunting image of that fateful day when he was involved in that thing that situation that ultimately ended up putting him in prison. You know, these are his demons. They're constantly in his face, and that's a part that I think a lot of people miss. Just wanted to point that out. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a popular monster. I think I'm going nowhere like a rat trapped in a maze. Every wall that I knock down is just a wall that I replace. I'm in a race against myself, I try to keep a steady pace. How the fuck will I escape if I never close my case? Oh my god, I keep on stressing. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. Every second that I waste is another second sooner to a blessing I won't take. I feel like this some days, and I know several people that feel like this every day. You know, they're just wasting time trying to deal with what it is that they're missing out on things. Extra time with a family member, not doing things that they used to enjoy. Those are also blessings. So, you know, now you got yourself in this circle where like I need to do something. You know, I need to do something I enjoy, but now I can't because I don't have the energy to. It doesn't have the same effect on me like it used to anymore. You know, things like that. So I spent some days literally wasting time missing out on some things that I should be enjoying. You know. But my therapist will tell me that I'm going through a stage. Yeah, it's not a fucking stage. I just want to feel okay. Okay, motherfucker, now you got my attention. I need to change a couple things cause something is missing. I need to change a couple things. Something is missing. Everybody I know that deals with the mental illness, they know something's wrong. They know that they need help. They know that they need something. You know what I mean? So they're not just trying to go through having pity parties or whatever. They already know that they need something. They just don't need the what. You know, and this line that he's about ready to say, what if I were to lie, tell you everything is fine? That's a point where a lot of people get to. You know, oh, I'm fine. I'm okay. Because what else do they have? What else is given to them? Because by this point, everybody that could have helped hasn't. And this is the point in the song where he's trying to get at. This is what he's trying to portray at this point of the song. What if I were to lie, tell you everything is fine? Every single fucking day, I get closer to the grave. I am terrified, I'm not asleep, and I will again. Crash my car just to feel it down. Let out race me, to grace me. I am lately, cause I'm about to break down. Searching for a way out. I'm a liar, I'm a cheater, I'm a non-believer. I'm a popular monster. See, now, and this is a part that and I've seen a lot of people get confused on in the reaction of what is going on at this point. He talked to his therapist, and he basically told his therapist he's about to snap, possibly violently. And so instead of trying to help him through that, basically said, hey, this is just a stage. you're a fucking monster. You're crazy at this point. You need authoritative prevention. So he calls the cops on him. You know what I'm saying? He's sitting there in the video saying, I'm about to break down. I'm trying to find my way out. And then what's happening is now he's been demonized for feeling the way he feels. You should never demonize people for feeling the way they feel or for the mental illnesses that they have. Ever. Because now he's literally about to fucking break and snap and kill everybody. And now the rage comes out. Everything that he was trying to suppress, all the sadness, the confusion, the self-doubt, the questioning, everybody telling him he's this, he's that, he's this, he's that. People snap. People just fucking snap. And not to get political, that's why we have the incidents that we have in this country, because nobody wants to help. We want to be victimized and we want to, have this go our way instead of reaching out and trying to help somebody else. The signs are all there. But when people dismiss them and let certain things keep happening, that's when people snap. Okay? Here we go again. It's happening again. I'm not a Christian, but I was raised in a Christian family. Later in life, I chose my own path and decided to follow the Wiccan spirituality versus Christianity. I'm not going to get into my reasons; they are my own. But, and I'm not going to discredit anybody who follows a Christian faith. I'm not discrediting you at all. But see, the thing is, when my wife got sick with cancer, she prayed. Everybody prayed for her, in one way or another. So she got better, and she got the surgeries that she needed. We caught the cancer before it could spread everywhere else, or it spread more than it did. But everybody kept praying that we'd get through this, praying that we'd be better, and the toll that it took on her body. So, prayed, and then ultimately she lost her life to it. And we spent all that time, praying and everything like that, trying to, just find something. I was praying in my own way. Her grandparents Lutheran, they were all praying, every Sunday in church, and it took her life. So where was he then? Is the question that I have. So, and it goes for a lot of other people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, just pray and God will take care of it. Please don't try to say I'm dissing it. This is the scenario. I'll pray for you, or pray God will help you through. Jesus helps, all things like that. But then when things reach to the point where people snap, where was he? And that's what he's getting at with this "where's your God now" part. Like, where was he when I needed him the most? And this is just the inner struggle that I have been learning to deal with the hard way recently, and that I know people who have dealt with this their whole life. It's hard. It really is sometimes, to try to, all these questions. One question brings another question. One question brings another question. When all else failed, they say turn to spirituality, and then it doesn't get better, and it just reaches its peak. And then people wonder why they turn away from that. he has to look at the aftermath of what he has done, reaffirming everything that everybody else told him he was. Crazy. He's a monster. He's psycho. He's deranged. He's lost it. When he was pleading for help, now all of a sudden he's the monster. And where is he now? He's back by himself, trying to process the aftermath of what he had just done. That is a cry for help if I've ever fucking heard one. Yes, that is a powerful note, and he just belted that out, and that gets a lot of reactors, kind of going and gets their jaw dropping. But that is a cry for help if I've ever heard one in a lyric. That was his daughter in the video. Now he's got to look at her after she had seen the monster that he had become. Look at his face. Like, oh my God. Like, the one person he didn't want to have to see that is his daughter. And I feel like that with my son. I hide a lot so he doesn't have to see. He's already dealing enough. He was there when she died. He watched his mother die. He doesn't need to see his father losing it, and he needs to see his dad be strong and guide him to not be the person that he had become in this video, and have his child see that ultimately she was the reason why he kind of came back and grounded himself. And I fully understand that. So this is going to be a long video. I've already been recording for 22 minutes, but there's things and there's elements that we need to talk about and we need to address amongst ourselves with each other. And I'm going to keep doing these videos, and I actually want to hear more Falling in Reverse. Like I said, this is only the second song I've ever heard. I know that The Drug in Me Is You is an absolute banger. Aside from that, let me know what else he's got. I've heard he did some solo rap stuff, I guess, is from what my wife told me. I'd be curious to hear that too. So let me know what I should see from Falling in Reverse. And guys, please take this seriously. If somebody comes up to you and asks you for help, do what you can. Please. Thank you.